Tonight on the Champ Sports Network, the Pittsburgh Passion host round one of the Women's Football Alliance 2013 playoffs against the Cincinnati Sizzle. The quest to Cali begins tonight. Coming up next. Coming to you from Spartan Stadium on the campus of Hempfield Area High School, Champ Sports Network welcomes you to our coverage of Pittsburgh Passion Football. As tonight, we open up the Women's Football Alliance's 2013 playoffs as your Passion take on the Cincinnati Sizzle. Pleasant good evening to you. Joined alongside Mr. Mike Osti. I'm Matt Fargo. Pleasant day for football and playoff football as we talk playoff football. When you talk playoff football in June, Mike, you always talk about the Women's Football Alliance, and that's what we have here tonight as the Passion, another playoff appearance, and the quest to Cali begins tonight.
Yeah, contrary to some popular opinion, you can have playoff football, a playoff football atmosphere in the Steel City in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, while it's warm outside. You can have the sun out, you can have the heat stroke blazing, and it can be summer with playoff football, and the Pittsburgh Passion are bringing it to you.
They sure are, and what a season it's been for the Pittsburgh Passion throughout the season. Last week, Mike, we missed you, but the Passion did not, as they got a win.
they probably were happy I wasn't there. I brought them luck without my appearance.
Welcome to Spartan Stadium on the campus of Hempfield Area High School as we bring to you Women's Football Alliance 2013 playoff action here on the Champ Sports Network. Our presentation of Pittsburgh Passion Football as the Passion play host to the Cincinnati Sizzle. With Mike Osti, I'm Matt Fargo, and Mike, kind of interesting. We've been playing all of these home games throughout the Passion 2013 campaign on Pittsburgh's South Side. Now we take a trip to the east suburbs of Pittsburgh, here to the Hempfield Area School District. Grateful hosts for a great playoff matchup between the Passion and the Sizzle.
Yeah, you keep up with the trend of seeing all the sights in Pittsburgh. The Passion are certainly familiar with all of the city. They want to be supported by all the city, and they are, and we got a packed house here for playoff action. Anytime you hear the words playoffs, postseason, you just got to get excited. The Passion are no stranger to this point in the season, and they want to make it another memorable one. They want to make this a championship caliber season, a championship or bust for a team with as much history and the stars and the limelight of a franchise like the Passion.
Passion gets set to host this opening playoff matchup with the Sizzle. Taking a look at how these teams both got to this point. Pittsburgh tied with Detroit, or D.C. rather. They ended up going 6-2 overall. D.C. went to 5-3, but they won the division at 3-1 because they scored more points against the Passion than the Passion did in their second game. So D.C. got the division win. It's kind of a questionable way of how they do things, but we'll run with it.
To say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. Cincinnati, they were the number 2 team out of Division 3. Cleveland won the division. They were undefeated at 6-0. We're the Fusion, and the Sizzle went 500 in the division at 3-3, 4-4 overall. So a 500 season all the way for Cincinnati, but they're excited to be here, and it's kind of like for Pittsburgh, they need to buckle down. This is a team, an up-and-coming Cincinnati Sizzle team, that they're excited to be in the postseason now, and the Passion have been here and done this. They need to just take care of business and not get tricked up, maybe like Cincinnati could be with the playoff spotlight.
Well, if you're Cincinnati, the best part about all the stats you read doesn't matter anymore. Everyone's starting on a clean slate, and the Passion's hoping their experience can seize the day. Passion
will receive the opening kickoff. And finally, falling of the football, Tia Montgomery will dive on the football around the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, and that's where Lisa Horton will run back out onto the field to lead the Pittsburgh Passion. Got a chance to talk with her after the win last week in Detroit, and I said if No one's been able to get a chance to come out. If someone hasn't been able to come out to a Passion game, why come? And she didn't give this Passion football's great kind of cookie-cutter answer. She said, because this is real football. We're running patterns out here. We're running stints. This defense, these coaches, they know what they're doing, and this is real football. And that was the answer she gave to me. She's looking to build to that here tonight.
Yeah, and she's one of the quarterbacks that can bring that to you. She's not going to be a one-play set type of QB. She gives you multiple
Here's that
facets.
trick play again, and they got Wadowski, and she makes the catch. 35-30, 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Pittsburgh. Another pulling the rabbit out of the hat again for Pittsburgh as they've run that play probably last 4 weeks on the opening play from scrimmage, and Lisa Horton's been dynamite from it as Horton hooks up with Wadowski. It's been a reoccurring theme. Wadowski hauls in another touchdown pass. She leads the WFA in them, and they take it the distance for the Pittsburgh touchdown.
All you can say is, wow, one play, one score, the Passion jump out, and they want that killer instinct. They want to put away kind of a neophyte team to this point, and they did it right there. That's another one of those type of advanced plays, being able to do almost a trick play of sorts, running off the pocket, getting a deep pass for a TD. They've done it, and it's worked.
Amy Fallon puts the extra point through the poles. 14:48 to play in the opening quarter here from Spartan Stadium on the campus of Hempfield Area High School, and it's 7-0. The Passion on top of the Sizzle, and that's as effective as a drive as you can get, Mr. Osti.
You can't argue with it. Now, the only thing the Passion want to do, and this is probably my main key to this game, you know the Passion's offense is going to score. You know Horton's going to get touchdown passes. You know they're going to pound it on the ground. They're going to get points. The couple times they've lost, those heartbreaking defeats, they got that one-play TD, they got their points, and the opponent also scored. They lose the momentum, and then if they have one turnover here or there, they end up losing that game. They need to make sure their defense is the key here, and their defense is the underrated part of this team.
This one gets past the up back, and now she'll have to go pick it up at the 16-yard line, and she's going to be met by a bunch of black and gold jerseys as she carries it forward across the 20-yard line. Still no whistle.
Thomas on the return.
That was Thomas on the return for the Sizzle. And on the stop for Pittsburgh, a number of black jerseys. Autumn Kramer will give credit as well on that stop, as here comes the Sizzle offense onto the field. And this is going to be tough. They definitely didn't want to come out here, Mike, and try to battle from behind, and they're going to have to do that here.
No, not at all. Of course you do not, but now if you're the Sizzle, you got to get your head back in this game, and you forget. One play, that's their score. It's over and done with. We need now to run our offense. We're in the playoffs for a reason. We've won games for a reason. We're the best team we feel in our franchise history, and we're going to prove it now on the field. It might take us longer. We might churn the clock, but we feel we can hang with this Passion defense.
First play from scrimmage for Cincinnati. Run play right up the middle, and a nice run at that. Getting the carry for the Sizzle. Be number 18, and that's Brianna Stevens. And she will pick up 11 yards and pick up a Sizzle first down. So run it right at the Passion, pick up 11 yards on the play. Was more what she did. The defensive line got a great push inside and ran through them.
She was a bruiser. She went right head on at the brick wall of a defensive line by the Passion, and those are big girls out there, the Hogs for the Passion, and they just went right there through the brick wall.
First down and 10 for the Sizzle. That I formation again. Then they're going to flip it out. Pass is intercepted. Wadowski's going to take it to the house. 10-5 touchdown Pittsburgh. A steal and score. She now is the fourth Passion defenseman to return an interception for a touchdown in 2013. Rachel Wadowski puts her second touchdown on the board, and not 4 minutes has gone by in this opening quarter of play. Rachel Wadowski, a 17-yard interception to the house.
And that's just a devastating first pass play, and it ends up going the distance. 7 points of defensive interception for the Passion. Now able to get that turnover to really just put in the dagger here already early first quarter. And I hope there's points at a premium because we get to see more of the breakdancing from the kid over there in the Passion sideline. He's busting a few moves.
He started doing that last week. Extra point from Amy Fallon is good. 13:42 to play in the opening quarter. And it's Pittsburgh 14, Cincinnati nothing. Champ Sports Network's presentation of the Pittsburgh Passion, proudly brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, supporting the Passion through every pass, run, and kick. By the Club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. By Core, the Center for Organ Recovery and Education. One organ donor can help save up to 8 lives. Learn how you can help by texting LIFE to 66174. By Silver Sport, ultimate fitness gear, protecting workouts everywhere. Go to silversport.com for more information. Silver Sport, of course, Franco Harris's company, and we got a chance to talk with him last week on the broadcast. This one will roll out of bounds, and Cincinnati will get good field position to begin their second drive. That was inevitably ended on the second play from scrimmage on an interception, little flip pass that Wadowski took the distance. So we've ran 3 plays from scrimmage with 13:42 to play, Mike, and 2 of them have ended up in touchdowns for Pittsburgh.
Already 14 points on 3 plays. I really don't think you could ask much more.
3 touchdowns on 3 plays is pretty much what you could ask.
That's almost unreasonable, though. You can't ask that. You cannot ask that. That's unreasonable. Nobody's perfect.
This Pittsburgh Passion defense is looking like it. 4 shutouts, and they won a 5th here.
They're almost. The only negative, though, of all this scoring is they're now going to be on the field confident belonging in the fourth quarter if they end up with all these defensive scores and then one-play drives. Of course, you have the game won then, so it's not as big of a deal. But
well, the other thing is that's the great thing about this Pittsburgh Passion team is the depth on this team is so much to the point where they really don't get that battle of attrition. They don't get tired because there's any girl on this sideline can step in and perform admirably. Teresa Kahn talked to it last week about how she really does trust that any girl that's wearing black and gold can go out there and make a big play.
Yeah, that's the tradition of this Passion Club. They even the additions of players like a Tia Montgomery this season. When you put on the black and gold jersey of the Pittsburgh Passion, you feel the aura of this city and all those great players, and you just get better.
Hand off there, going to Stevens and thrown back on the play. Tia Montgomery, among others, on the stop.
On those scores for the Passion, too, one play was 73 yards, Horton to Wadowski, and then Wadowski's first career interception for a touchdown on the turnover. So we already got somebody focused on for player of this game in Wadowski, and then this Passion team, Cincinnati's here for a reason. They have a purpose, but the Passion want to make it as ugly as possible because they know what's ahead of them the rest of the way.
Run to the right side and stopped out of bounds for maybe a gain of 1 of the play. On the carry was Lindsey Walker. So Sizzle like to give the ball to a number of ball carriers. It's the 3rd we've got, and now it's 3rd down and 12 coming up here for the Sizzle.
It'd be interesting to see how many more pass plays the Sizzle even run in this game. They ran one, it ended up being intercepted. That was after almost a first down pickup on the ground. They're a team that can go ground and pound. They can have a thunder and lightning running attack. Maybe it'll take more time off the clock, but maybe you just abandon the pass. You don't want to be one-dimensional, but I don't need to see 30 passes from a team that's that shaky at it.
3rd down and 12. They're going to hand it off right up the middle, and after picking up the original line of scrimmage, Brianna Stevens gets another carry. Kim Zubovic makes the stop, and it will be 4th down and 8 coming up here for the Sizzle, and the punt unit onto the field for Cincinnati.
There's really no play in field position, though, when you have a 73-yard touchdown pass already to your credit. They want to pin the Passion back, but they know they can go the whole field, and the Passion are a team that they can give you the one-play bomb, but we've seen them as well take 8 minutes off the clock and get a methodical drive. They can do the West Coast flavor as well.
11:28 to play in the opening quarter. 14-0 Pittsburgh. 4th down coming up in 8 for Cincinnati. Punt is away and end over end spiraling. Going back to get it is Amanda Haig, picking it up off the bounce at the 25-yard line. Works near side across the 30, 35, 40, and then pushed out of bounds. But not before she picks up the 45-yard line. Pittsburgh with great field position on their second offensive drive of this game. And Lisa Horton already having a 14-point cushion, looking to add to this on this next trip up the field.
Yeah, Lisa Horton, a quarterback that is really a part of the passion. She's the face of this franchise, over 100 career touchdown passes in the regular season. And coming off of that year, we talked about it to open up the season and talked about it all season long because it's been in their memory bank, not being able to play, not being able to win that championship a season ago, having their season end the way it did without her on the field. They want to turn that page, and that is just more motivation for this postseason in 2013.
Handoff on first down and 10. And it's Sierra Chick. And Chick weaves her way through the defense. 30, 25, and knocked down at the 21-yard line. Sierra Chick.
Sierra Chick to the Cincinnati 6 and a passion. First down.
Picks up 29 yards on the run. And it'll be first down and 10 for Pittsburgh at the 21. 10:50 on a moving first quarter clock.
And that run, they're able to bob and weave right through tacklers as a smaller player. So tremendous job by the runner for the Passion.
The I formation, twins out to the far side left for Lisa Horton as she'll go under center. Play action to Chick. Looking to the left side. The pump fake. Throwing it left side. Trying to get Amanda Haig. Pass falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Yeah, very almost never put one on the quarterback. That's just a little bit off target, though. It faked me out as a broadcaster. I was thinking run on the excellent fake on the pump, but then just too much mustard on that football. Looking at the corner of the end zone, that would have been one for the highlight reel, just not able to connect.
Second down and 10 for Pittsburgh. They lead at 14-0 here from Hempfield. Gracious hosts of this WFA playoff contest. Two wide receivers set, split out to each side, and now Chick gets the call off the right side. Great blocking down to the 15, stretching forward for the 11-yard line before she is knocked down. Corley on the stop for Cincinnati, as it will be third down and less than a yard here. And they're going to move the sticks now.
What Chick does so well, and I want to brace you, this may sound a bit stupid, but what Chick does so well as a running back, her feet are always moving. There's never a breaking point at all. She's always kind of causing fits there just with her feet, so there's a lot to focus on for the tacklers, and she's just hard to bring down. Despite being smaller, she's tough to bring down.
9:35 here in the first quarter. Horton, before walking up to the center, does a check with me in her backfield, conducting some traffic. Now lines up under center. Turns around and play action to Chick as she rolls out to the left. Pop pass, got her receiver, and she is into the end zone for the Pittsburgh touchdown on the far side. Making the catch and then hugging one of the sticks. That was on the reception for Pittsburgh. Lorraine Stanek out of Cal U. The tight end hauls in her touchdown and then goes, I'm going to go take a wild guess that that's her father on the sticks.
Yeah, that's a legal celebration if they're all in the family. I want to know, though, where's the breakdancing kid? He wasn't around for touchdown number 3. Maybe he kind of wants to take a break, figuring there's going to be too many in this game on the current pace. But one more thing about Horton, too, that able to kind of rebound from missing the target, then you get a tight end right through the flat, walks into the end zone, and Horton able to use 3 different main receivers. You watch this game, you don't know who's her number one threat. We see Witowski with a 73-yard touchdown pass, but then Haig gets a look, now getting a look to the tight end, really spreading the love out, and that's when you know a quarterback is on her A game, when she's getting every wide receiver, every tight end, every player on that offensive weapon arsenal involved in the game, and they're all playing well.
And Mike, how about Lorraine Stanek, her first touchdown catch as a Pittsburgh Passion member, and it comes in the postseason. And, you know, those are the kind of players that you look forward to seeing, and when they come out in the postseason, don't expect them to wow you with the plays, but they always tend to come out right at the biggest crucial moment. She makes a great touchdown catch there, and now Cincinnati weaving their way through the special teams defense of Pittsburgh, knocked down at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati offense back to work. Now trailing 21-0, and we still have 9 minutes to play in the opening quarter. And this is just Pittsburgh imposing their will on Cincinnati. And really, fundamentally, they're doing everything right. You know, it's hard for Lisa and the coaching staff, Muzzy Colosimo, Teresa Kahn, all these coaches to say, what do we need to work on in this situation?
But they'll find something,
They will.
They will find something. This team is not undefeated. They have had their woes. They will find something, but this is what they're supposed to do, and boy, are they doing it here. Quarter number 1, game 1, round 1, playoffs, and the Passion are just rocking it out here at Hempfield.
Handoff and sacked. Tia Montgomery with the salute to finish off the play. Montgomery gets the big sack. And did she come up with the football? It's a fumble, and Pittsburgh's going to recover it.
Almost a subdued celebration for coming up with the football. I wasn't aware of the fumble if we didn't have somebody else here in the booth to keep our eyes peeled. But Tia Montgomery able to force another turnover on just her physicality. Such a strong player, muscular player, and able to break through that offensive line by Cincinnati that just collapsed on the moment of the snap.
First down and 10 for Pittsburgh, leading 21-0 in the opening quarter. Those of you just joining us here live on the Champs Sports Network or watching this archived, part of the Pittsburgh Passion Television Network. I formation for Pittsburgh. Play action to check as Horton goes back on the slant route. Got a receiver just missing the outstretched arms of Amanda Haig, incomplete. Bring up second down and 10.
And Tia Montgomery's kind of that unsung hero player, too. I've seen games where she had 20 tackles in that game. The Passion have seen that from her. And she's one of those players where any given moment she can be the MVP of that game, can be the anchor of that defense, but other times maybe gets blanketed by other superstars on her core. Never forget Tia Montgomery, though, and you always got to know where she is on the field if you're the quarterback and of the opposing team.
High formation for Horton, and turns around and gives it off to Sierra Chick off the left end. And she'll fight away. 15, 10, 5 to the corner of the pylon. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sierra Chick takes it in for the touchdown.
Extra hustle on that run, really able to burst through the seam. Nobody was going to catch her. She put the burners on. Very fast, lightning type runner. We've seen many 20-plus yard runs from her in this game, and now finally gets one in the end zone.
Extra point from WFA leading PAT getter Amy Fallon. Through the poles. It's good. 28-0. Pittsburgh has come to play in the postseason. Cuesta Cali's looking pretty good right about now.
You know what, though? I'm glad how they're playing in this game, but then you're going to halftime, you're going to the second quarter still, and you're already starting to think, how many minutes does Horton get? When do we rest some players? Because this team has Boston next. Boston next week in Boston will be a road game. That's going to be something for the ages, and they've known Boston in the past, and it didn't exactly go the way they had planned. So they need to do this here in Cincinnati. They need to almost have this be a scrimmage in practice for Boston, where that's going to have a championship-type atmosphere.
Black and gold dominating this one, 28-0. Kick is away, and will bounce at the 30-yard line, diving on the football and going down to one knee to hold on to it. Cincinnati. That is Hildebrand going down to one knee to down the football on the kickoff. And Cincinnati back out onto the field with 8:37 to play in the opening quarter. 28-0 Pittsburgh. Badowski with 2 of the touchdowns. And then it was very impressive catch by Lorraine Stanek, and then Sierra Chick joins the party with a touchdown run of 26 yards.
Yeah, not only did Sierra Chick join the party in this game, but Sierra Chick joining the party in the season and for this team. I mean, you enter the year, you're not figuring that she's going to be scoring monumental touchdowns all the way through, and she has, and they've needed her, and she's another one of those players that out of nowhere has just erupted onto the scene.
Run there, not much going for it. From injury recovery to performance training, UPMC Sports Medicine can help athletes of all levels get back in the game and performing their best. To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT. That's 1-855-93-SPORT. To learn more information about UPMC Sports Medicine on how they can get you back in the game.
Cincinnati's trying to get back in this game. They're almost getting to the must-score drives.
They might need to call UPMC, huh?
Yeah, they're always there to provide assistance. They put an armor over your shoulder. That's what they do.
Handoff off the right side. Bostwick on the carry. Bottled up on the play defensively.
Brought down by Sharon Vasquez.
Vasquez gets the credit for the tackle. Sharon Vasquez headed to Europe on the 28th, I believe. Participate in the second annual Women's Football Team USA. Play on the international team. We'll take on women's football teams from all across the country. Vasquez was on the 44-woman roster. Ball's on the floor. Pittsburgh, it's still rolling around, and I think Cincinnati was able to figure it out and get it as that ball continued to ping-pong around on the turf. And finally, an orange, white, and black jersey dove on it instead of black and gold, and Cincinnati, instead of losing the football on this play, they're going to lose it on the next play as they have to punt it away.
Well, yeah, that ball was sizzling. I think the team name there was a part. It was sizzling like a boiling water pot, and the Passion not able to fall on and not able to get another turnover, but bounces and actually gains a few yards for the Sizzle. So one of their positive plays of this game is off of what really should have been a turnover.
6:35 here in the first. Clock winds. Beautiful day here in Hempfield. Cincinnati to punt the football away. End over end. Kick fielded on the fly by Baker. Across the 45. Makes a nice move at the midfield stripe. Across the 45 of Cincinnati and down to the 40-yard line is where Pittsburgh will have great field position of all of 10 yards difference had they been able to pick up the fumble on the last play. Pittsburgh has had great opportunities with field position. Not that it's really mattered because
no, it's made no difference.
They're sustaining drives, whether they need to be with the opening drive of 70-some yards and even the shortest drive that 17-yard interception.
I'm not even sure in 28-0, I don't want to say any game's over, but I'm not even sure if the Passion, if this keeps up, aren't going to want longer drive to try to get going and run more plays than what Boston will hopefully see.
Cincinnati calls a timeout. You had alluded to, Mike, as we all were, if we're going to do this now, we're not going to have a lot to talk about later, but you had alluded to next week in the possible matchup with
never underestimate me having something to talk about.
Right. Oh, I'm not.
I'll fill the time.
But kind of interesting, should the Passion go on and win this one, they would play Boston at Boston next week. And then if they are able to upset the Militia in Boston, they'll have a 2-week bye. 2-week bye.
Do you want a 2-week bye?
I don't know.
I don't even know if you want a 2-week bye.
Can we elect not to have the 2 weeks?
Especially after this win, this performance, then you get the upset against Boston, the revenge against Boston on the road. Do you want a 2-week bye to have some rust? No.
So, and then you get the 2-week bye, then you go into the divisional championship, then the conference championships the week after. So now you're at July 20th, July 27th. There's another bye. The championship game is August 3rd in San Diego. So
they're drawing it out. They're drawing it out. There's some other professional sports that have been criticized for drawing out playoffs. WFA is one of them. They're drawing it out a little bit. But hey, it's more playoff football here in the summer. It's more to talk about. It's more to see, and it's more memories. So you can't complain too much.
You're talking another month and a half still to go should the Passion get to the national championship game. There's a play action from Lisa Horton. Going to let it fly down the field. Got Amanda Haig. She makes the catch. Tight ropes the near sideline, and then it's pushed out of bounds by Andrina Thomas, but not before Haig hauls in the pass.
First down.
And out of bounds at the 12-yard line. So Pittsburgh picking up a first down and a lot more with that.
You know, I think if they get to the championship game, though, I don't think any of these girls are gonna be too upset about having to rework their lives and their kids and families for the next month and a half.
28-yard pass and catch. Horton to Haig.
Haig really becoming a security blanket of sorts almost for Lisa Horton the last couple years.
12-yard line.
Haig and Baker lined up to the left side of Horton. High formation. Snyder, the fullback. Getting the play action play. Fold me as Horton rolling out to the left side. Going to throw it into the back of the end zone. Leaping catch. Couldn't make it. Amanda Haig had a great shot at making that catch. It was a tremendous pop pass. Horton ended up out of bounds as she threw the ball, her momentum going the completely opposite direction of where she was trying to throw the ball, and was still able to put it somewhere near Amanda Haig.
Almost was one for the highlight reel. It's a mixture between a highlight and a blooper reel that almost became more points on the board as you kind of close your eyes watching it, and we almost had a bounce in the right direction for the Passions. Just one play, though. 5:15 now here in the first quarter. It almost seems like this game has gone on for hours with how many points we've seen.
Pistol formation for Pittsburgh. Little end around, a handed off and cutting back against the grain of the defense. Looking for the pylon. She's into the end zone. Touchdown Pittsburgh. Angela Baker gets into the end zone from 12 yards away. And Pittsburgh adds another, and Angela Baker joins the touchdown brigade here this evening.
You're almost going to be embarrassed if you don't enjoy it. If you don't get something in the box score in this game, the way we're rolling.
Amy Fallon, another PAT, up and good. 35-0. Passion on top of the Sizzle with 5:04 still to play in the opening quarter.
15 seconds from when I read the clock. It's not moving. It's not moving. You know, quarterbacks do this, though. Don't think that Lisa Horton's now going to test herself. When you're an all-star quarterback and you're up 35-0 in the first quarter, you're going to sit there and say, I want to get every one of these wide receivers in the end zone. I want everybody catching the ball. I want Wadowski. I want Haig. I want Chick even maybe get a touchdown reception on top of the one on the ground. I want to make this really a friendly game for everybody on my offense and take everyone out to dinner and just talk about all our points and what we've done as an aerial assault here on the offense. Although you're going to see running, and I cannot believe we haven't seen more running as this game has gone now 35-0.
Angela Baker's first career rushing touchdown and her first career playoff touchdown. So it's not the same faces scoring here.
No, and it just shows you what this team has done over the years, ever since being a part of the WFA, whereas Lisa Horton's there, but she might have different weapons, but each one of those weapons, when they're playing with Lisa Horton, they're going to be better, and they're going to be a part of the fun that is the Passion offense. You're going to have a different cast of characters every now and then through the years, but it's a different name, and the same play, the same thing, and the same 7 points as a result.
Here's Cincinnati back out on the field. Back to pass here. Pressure's coming, and she goes down, and she went down hard. Sacked on the play by Pittsburgh's Haley Adams.
That was number 58, Monica.
No, they went to Monica Williams. Got the sack.
Losses back to the 30.
I thought I saw 56.
Second down.
Well, you can hear from the stadium speakers, I guess the Passion, I think they earned some respect in this game. They're trying to get it, and they're trying to show it to teams like Boston, and 35 zip. That's definitely going to be part of it.
Shotgun formation once again. Back to pass. Pressure coming again. Lets it fly. Duck into the air. Tipped around and incomplete.
That's one of those plays you just fall down and live to fight another day. You don't even throw that ball. Bobbled on the pass, the minute out of the fingertips. That could have been way worse for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Joanne Red is in the red currently in the quarterback position.
Third down.
I think she's just throwing it up, thinking her lucky stars things aren't turned over. I mean, every time that Cincinnati throws a ball, it looks like it's going 7 points the other way. That's why I brought up earlier that they're able to be effective on the ground. I'm surprised they haven't just almost abandoned the passing. You don't want to be one-dimensional, but they're gaining 5 yards each run. So just run. It might take 10 minutes, but you're eventually on that scoreboard, and then your defense will have an easier time against the pass and maybe.
Pushing forward on third down.
Brianna Stevens.
Stevens gets the call. And Williams and Betterton on the stop. And we'll bring up fourth down, and the Sizzle special teams unit back onto the field, as is Pittsburgh's. Baker and Haig back to receive the punt.
Deja vu. You go down and take a bathroom break, we got another punt from Cincinnati. Don't want to miss a punt.
Punt's on the floor and diving on it, and then tapped down. Tapping her down was Kate Sullivan. She made sure punter wasn't going anywhere, and Pittsburgh will have great field position at Cincinnati's 23-yard line.
Yeah, you might as well just put a big juicy steak into the end zone, because now you're putting them already almost in the red zone. You're putting them already in your territory. This Passion team does not need any help to score. As this first quarter, it seems like this will be the final possession. If I almost thought it never would occur.
Here's Pittsburgh lining up. And Haig's going to keep it. And got the 10-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Amanda Haig keeping the football.
Amanda Haig pushed out of bounds.
Little misdirection play for Pittsburgh.
Tackle number 37, Elia Lawson.
And this is what if you're the Passion, 31-0 end of the regular season, now you come here in round one of the playoffs and you're doing this, you're putting it on a team like Cincinnati. They're just so now relaxed, and they got that swag that's what you have to have when you face a team like Boston next week.
First down and goal, and Haig's going to line up in the Wildcat. And she'll avoid one and then go right into the heart of the Cincinnati defense before being stopped at the 5-yard line. Haig down to the 5.
And hindsight's 20/20 on the play, but there was an open lane to the left side. Had she cut back, probably would have been able to lose a yard and then have that loss of yard turn into pay dirt for 7 points. Tried to go right at the D-line, and it's worked before, but it's just a gamble.
So second down and goal now from the 5.
How many different formations, though, do the Passion run? I mean, this is more formations than high school teams. This is advanced football, to say the least. Wildcat, I formation, you get 5 wide receiver split, everything, the pistol.
There's trips and a handoff to Candace Snyder. Snyder's tackled down around the 3.
Number 12, Candace Snyder.
Snyder's first carry of this evening.
The tackle, number 12.
Down to a minute 10.
Is this going to be the final possession? If they score here in the next 2 plays, it's not the final.
There's two questions
possession.
I want to know. How many points have the Passion ever scored in one quarter? And because I would have to assume that this is having to get nearly close.
If they knew, though, maybe they would try to approach that record.
And then
it's almost unfortunate.
The other question is, how many possessions has one team been able to score or have in one quarter? Because I feel like we have to be getting close to that number as well.
Mm-hmm. And then the record for points on offense would probably be a separate record because one is offensive.
35 seconds. Horton back at quarterback. Sweep to the left side. Amanda Haig going to get the pile on. She's going to get the Pittsburgh Passion touchdown on the karaoke move into the end zone.
Is that what you're calling it?
That's what I'm calling it.
That's
I'm
a nickname.
to it.
I'll go with that one. I like it.
As Amanda Haig from 3 yards away, touchdown Pittsburgh. And the black and gold continue to dominate here in the opening quarter.
24.8. It's not even going to be that last possession, as that trivia answer would be wrong. The Passion just do not want to stop. Full throttle here in round one. 42-0 on Cincinnati, who's had no semblance of an offense. Horrible field position. The Passion, the exact opposite. They've been starting in Cincinnati territory. They've been getting defensive turnovers, defensive rushes. They're really making the quarterback for the Sizzle next to impossible to be productive. And then on offense, everybody's getting the end zone, the ground. Chick able to get in the end zone on the ground a couple times, get a lot of yards, the 20-plus yard runs. And then Candace Snyder, kind of a throwback, the previous #1 running back on this team, able to do it on this drive and get 7 more.
That is the 6th touchdown run for Amanda Haig season. Nice kick by Fallon as this one goes up and just falls down at the 21-yard line. Doesn't win any part of the Passion special teams. Pittsburgh Passion Football and the Champ Sports Network proudly brought to you by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking, by Live Well Chiropractic, trusted by the adjusted, by Day Insurance Agency and Erie Insurance, your hometown insurance agency since 1974, by Hidden Valley Resort, Pennsylvania's Laurel Highlands, a year-round destination surrounded by beautiful state forests and parklands with activities for all. By Station Square, from parking to postgame, we've got you covered. By AC Athletico Soccer Academy, creating a positive, encouraging culture that promotes learning. And by All-Star Limousine World Transportation, passenger is the focus of all we do.
Passion got a lot of supporters. When you win, you get a lot of supporters.
That's it. Winning organization all the way around. Big run and a big booming hit behind the line of scrimmage. Pittsburgh able to win that battle.
Shocking. There was a ton of bricks that fell down.
Zabovic winning the battle between Miss Cunningham, who's not a small lady. I said that as most respectful as I could, right?
She's not a fan of the salad bar, okay? But when you're at her position, you don't want to be. She needs to pack on the pounds as she has.
On that note.
And
end of the quarter, 42-0. Pittsburgh is on top. We'll come back right here on Champ Sports Network's presentation of Pittsburgh Passion Football.
Icy Light, the official beer of the Pittsburgh Nation.
Pittsburgh Passion Football, the Champ Sports Network, proudly brought to you by the Club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. By UPMC Sports Medicine, supporting the Passion through every pass, run, and kick. By CORE, the Center for Organ Recovery and Education. One organ donor can help save up to 8 lives. Learn how you can help by texting LIFE to 66174. By Silver Sport, ultimate fitness gear, protecting workouts everywhere. By U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking. and by the Champ Sports Network, where the Pittsburgh Passion are heard and where Mike Ostie is heard, along with myself, Matt Fargo. Glad you could join us on a great night for football.
Yep, a championship network, a championship crew, and Matt Fargo. So, you get them all.
So what does that make me then, right? Maybe I shouldn't ask that. Incomplete pass.
Can't all be winners. We cannot all win. The Yankees need the Cubs.
Oh, wow. The Cubs? Wow.
Oh, 100-year drought. Of course, that's where I'm going to go. I go the meanest possible route.
I will never doubt you for that, my friend. Neither will Josh Taylor. I'm going to just point that out.
Well, that's fine.
A lot of inside jokes on the broadcast there. People are like, now who's going to, you're going to listen to that saying, what is he saying?
They might even hear our producer laughing in the back.
Third down. For Cincinnati, they hand it off the right tackle. Picking up the 25-yard line. Cunningham, the ball carrier. Niedermeyer on the stop for Pittsburgh, and it's fourth down. And these defensive these offensive drives for Cincinnati have been not really drives, more stalling outs.
They've been few and far between, and when they're there, it's been less than stellar. They've hardly even been able to take time off the clock to get their defense a rest.
Pittsburgh scored 42 points in the first 15 minutes of play.
That is accurate math.
That's 6 touchdowns.
I mean, they're going to be, if it continues, you're going to see players rested. You're going to see players on the bench that normally are starters like Lisa Horton and Haig, but otherwise we're actually on mathematical pace for all-century mark.
No roughing on the run. Baker makes the catch, and she has a head of steam. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Angela Baker. Special teams, very special on that play as Baker takes it into the end zone for a 31-yard punt return.
You know, it's a cardinal rule of broadcasting, Matt, that in the first half, no matter what the outcome, you don't want to write a team off. Well, I like to break rules. Rules are made to be broken, and usually you're remembered for the rules you break. This game, the Undertaker's out there. Fat Lady's tuning up the lungs. And we're only with 13:44 remaining in the half. They've also scored. The kitchen sink has scored a touchdown. They scored in every possible way. You're getting defensive touchdowns. You're getting special teams touchdowns. You're getting offensive touchdowns on long plays, short plays, run, passes to the corner, West Coast offense, I formation. Different formations have scored. Different players have scored. Different sets on the field have scored.
A.B. Fallon's extra point is good. 49-0. Pittsburgh is on top with 13:44. They scored 6 touchdowns in the first quarter. They had another one. Their 7th here in the second. And this Pittsburgh fan base is loving it.
Yeah, well, if only there wasn't a gender restriction, we might be able to get on this team, play the second half.
I don't think we meet the gender requirement. Well, you might.
I said if only there wasn't a gender restriction. Maybe you didn't. You got to hear the whole sentence. Okay. My words of wisdom need heard all the way through.
That is the Passion's first ever punt return for a touchdown, ever, since 2003.
If ever there was a time, if ever there was a game.
Passion's first ever punt return. Angela Baker. What way haven't they not scored at this point?
Yeah, kickoff return is not possible. Yeah. As we discussed in the press box, Cincinnati's going to need to score for the kickoff return to be made possible.
Yeah, I guess that's true now. Yeah. Cincinnati offense back out onto the field, and you know what? And I'm going to point this out, Mike. You know, there's been, and we've caught a lot of WFA and women's football over the years. There has been teams that we have seen why to the point this team is not very good, and probably shouldn't be out there. We feel for the girls' safety, things of that nature. That's not Cincinnati. This is not what Cincinnati isn't doing. It's what Pittsburgh is doing. This is complete domination. Cincinnati's not out there. I feel like they're running plays, and Pittsburgh's just blowing them up from the get-go. It's really not that Cincinnati is handing them points here. Pittsburgh's just taking advantage of every opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bewildering effect. You even see it when they get on the field and their eyes are wide open. Just in the past, there's been a couple boneheaded mental errors, but other than that, it has just been all the passion. It doesn't even matter what Cincinnati would do on offense. There's no way they're getting 49 and a half. That's not their game plan. This passion team offense has just exploded onto the scene in this game more than I've even ever seen them in all the games we have called.
Janae Reed runs out of bounds.
For no gain, second down.
No gain of the play. Second down at 10 coming up.
You know, Passion went into this game as the favorite. You figure the Passion might go into this game, the betting odds be a couple touchdown victory. I really didn't even predict this. Even preparing for the game, didn't even predict this. This Passion team has come in here and they've understood. Most important, they've understood this is the playoffs. They had some games the regular season, home opener, where they thought they played well. They didn't win. They understand they need to always be on their A, if not A+ game. Does not matter the opponent. You keep playing like this, and you're going to get some wins. You're going to fall on some wins, and you're going to fall on some shellacking of opponents like what we're seeing here in round one. Not even dominating. I'm gonna refrain from you. Dominating is your term. I'm calling this shellacking.
I'll be fine with you taking shellacking.
Ball number 32.
Sizzle are in the top 15 in scoring in the WFA, but they average 23 points a game. They've scored 186 this year. To put that in perspective, the Passion have scored coming into this game 287. They averaged 35 a game.
You knew the
Passion also played in a much tougher division.
They did. And
than Cincinnati
you knew the Passion were going to score, but the Passion defense is not bad by any means either. And the teams they've given up points on have been Boston, have been DC, who also score with the best of them. So
Red's in trouble. Avoids one, avoids another, but not avoid the third and fourth swarming to the football.
Red. Tackled by Ebony
Ivy and Rojas on the stop.
Number 65, Tanisha Clark.
Down to 11-11 here in the second. It's 49-0. Those of you just joining us, Pittsburgh has rolled in this one.
They're going to think we're doing a stand-up comedy routine. They're not going to believe us if they just join us. We promise. It is 49-0 and there is 11 minutes to go. We wouldn't lie.
Punt unit is out for Cincinnati. This is their fourth punt. High but short. Fielded by one of the up-backs. Lost it, picked it back up, and then will move forward, trying to get that second punt return in Pittsburgh Passion history on the return for Pittsburgh. That was Amy Betterton. She not normally returning punts, but the punt was so short that she got her hands on the football first. And Pittsburgh has terrific field position here. First down at 10 with 10:33 to go in the second quarter, and they're up 49-0.
And with the exception of the opening drive of the game, where they ended up with one play and 73 yards for a touchdown, their field position has been remarkable all game long. And I don't know how we're going to count this. That might have been their fourth punt, but it's only actually the third one that got off, because as you remember, there was a punt that ended up being, I'm just going to take the snap and fall to avoid a fumble.
First down at 10 for Pittsburgh. Horton lines up under center, twins out to the far side right. They'll be on the far hash marks. They're using the high school hash marks, where, remember, down at Station Square, they use the pro hash marks because they can paint those on there. That is Candace Snyder on the carry. And Snyder's short of the 25, down to the 26-yard line, picks up about 6 yards on first down. Second down and 4 coming up.
Snyder picks up 6 yards, second down 4.
And I think I got the scheme. Snyder, and more Snyder. They want a physical running back, take some time off the clock, be able to move the chains, keep the ball, keep the possession, and just kind of lock in this win. Chick's more of that flashy runner. This is Candace Snyder's game.
Snyder lines up as the fullback, and we'll get the call again. Mike Oste calling a play here. And Mike Osty's play is going to pick up the 20 down to the 15. Down to the 10-yard line. Candace Snyder picks up a Pittsburgh Passion first down. Nice play, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome. I am available for offensive coordinator duties. I can freelance as an offensive coordinator. Maybe even take it on full-time, depending on the offers. So you could find me at the Champ Sports Network. My email will be there. Get in touch.
First down and goal from the 10. Morton from the I. Play action, rolling to the right, and jumped that short, and she is so frustrated right there, but overly frustrated, and obviously not her best pass, but
no,
she was very upset. She takes that one to heart.
Legends are perfectionists.
Yeah,
that's how you get to the mountaintop. And there was one pass. She even had another missed target over in the corner of the end zone. She's getting the touchdown passes. She's getting the percentage, but the couple that have been missed, she's felt it been on her. She's going to put the blame on her. She knew that one was without a doubt, and she wants it back. Doesn't want to leave any stone left unturned here, even up 49-0. Enjoying yourself dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, in the press box. Why not? Just let it all hang out.
Play action and tipped away. Incomplete. Intended receiver on the play. Was that Baker? I believe it was.
And that was thrown into triple coverage, though.
Yeah.
That was thrown into traffic by Cincinnati. Not able to even get a touch on the football, but that was thrown into heavy traffic. Last two plays, something to be desired by Lisa Horton. What's is this Twilight Zone?
That was Dillerman, the intended receiver on the last play. Get that right. Third down. Haven't had one of those.
No.
I don't think this.
They don't have a third down play yet.
I don't think so. Here it is. Third down and goal from the 10-yard line. Horton lines up under center. Wadowski here to the near side. They're going to hand it off. Snyder the call, avoids one and finds a way into the end zone for the Pittsburgh touchdown. Candace Snyder from 10 away for 6. 12 goes for 6 with 8:04 to play in quarter number 2. Passion or PAT away from leading 56-0.
Candace Snyder right through the gap. Excellent vision into the end zone. Red Sea parts. 56-0. And I'm running out of adjectives to describe how well the Passion have been playing.
Fallon's kick. Make that 56. 8:04 to play here at quarter number 2. Passion 56, Cincinnati 0. And for those of you that are not a fan of the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati rivalry, you are very much enjoying this if you're on the black and gold side of things, as Pittsburgh has really taken an impressive advantage in a dominating performance right now. Passion are the top 10 in defense this season, average 15.6. This is obviously going to help that. They've given up 125 points this season.
Back-to-back shutouts now going into that next round of the playoffs. And this Passion
4 total.
This Passion defense has been underrated. That's really something to note. The Passion defense has been underrated. They're going to score points, but that's also why they're able to win so big in this one. Their defense is why Cincinnati can't get going offensively. Not even just Cincinnati and what they're not doing. They can't do anything because of the Passion D. Steel curtain for the women as well.
It really is. I mean, now you're talking about on the docket, Cincinnati hasn't even got close to smelling the blue turf of the end zone.
They've hardly even been in Passion territory, if they had all been in Passion territory, and we thought we had a goal line stand by Cincinnati, but if that was a goal line stand, that really actually would have been off of the Passion miscues, because you had the missed pass by Horton, and then you had the into traffic pass by Horton. They're almost really letting it loose too much, which is now allowing Cincinnati to maybe get a stop. They weren't. Third down ends up in the end zone regardless.
Passion Football is brought to you by Perkins Dental Associates, One Life, One Smile, by Three Rivers Paintball Park, Pennsylvania's hottest outdoor paintball facility.
Haven't played paintball in a long time.
I can honestly say I've never played paintball.
Never in your life?
Never.
When
have.
I was growing up, paintball.
Ball's on the floor. Pittsburgh's got it. Pittsburgh comes up with the ball. It's not a paintball. It's a football.
You don't want to catch those paintballs. You don't want to fall on the paintballs.
No, you don't.
That doesn't feel as good.
Well, this one felt just fine to the Pittsburgh Passion. They scoop it up. And Masters, I believe, came away with the fumble recovery. And it is first down at 10 Pittsburgh from the 44-yard line of Cincinnati with 7:03 to play in this first half.
And just like a paintball, usually on skin, this ball splats down on the field, splats down on the dirt, and the Passion roll over. They did what they did not do on a previous fumble by Cincinnati in which the Sizzle recovered. They fall onto the football, recover that turnover, and now another chance for points by the Passion, where this offense, now you can get the A, B, and C unit out there and see if you can get the whole roster to get on the stat sheet.
First down at 10 Pittsburgh. For Lisa Horton back out on the field. And whoa! One goes in motion, sweep to the left side. Run here on the near side. On the carry for Pittsburgh is Erica Kura. It's Kurawa. Is the correct? I guess I'm saying that right. I apologize to.
I can't criticize.
Erica.
I really don't know. So.
Right. She runs from Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. Attended California University of Pennsylvania and the University of Pittsburgh. Great crowd on hand.
It is.
I'm overly impressed. I shouldn't be anymore by the Pittsburgh Passion attendance. It's every week it's good, and public address announcer made a great point at the beginning of this game when I was talking to him. Boy, have the Passion been blessed with great weather this year.
Yeah, nothing's been rained out. You basically see the dusk of the night sky, but it's after a balmy day, and it's not 100 degrees. It's not too hot where you're going to be falling over, collapsing, and maybe having some injuries. But it has just been exemplary weather. Yeah, if you want to have a meteorologist come on here and analyze, then he can.
We don't have to. You're here.
No, yeah, I masquerade with many hats.
Kurawa again on the carry, picks up a Passion first down to the 30-yard line of Cincinnati.
When I was turning into the high school here, though, I turned in and thought, I don't know what the crowd's going to be. Then you actually make towards the stadium, to Spartan Stadium, and you see the parking lot all filled up. So they're having
tailgating again.
The tailgating out there. I saw the grill was smoking. People are making burgers and hot dogs for Passion football.
It's great.
Didn't give me a burger or a hot dog, but hey, I'm not going to.
Knew that was coming. Play action from Horton. Steps up, pressure's coming, and she is sacked on the play. Cincinnati gets a glimpse of greatness, and someone is down on the play for Pittsburgh.
You don't want to see an injury in 56-0.
I think that's Candace Snyder.
And after what she's done in mop-up duty, being that garbage running back, and I say that in complimentary methods, and what she's meant to this team as well for so long, right with Lisa Horton as a captain of this team, a veteran presence here in the locker room.
Well, whether you're a weekend warrior or a pro athlete, UPMC Sports Medicine offers world-class care from experts who have earned a reputation for excellence. To learn more, 1-855-93-SPORT. UPMC Sports Medicine, a proud sponsor of Pittsburgh Passion football. Sweep to the right, Kawawa again runs in to a Cincinnati defender in the backfield, and this drive moving that way for Pittsburgh.
Are you trying to hit at something? Because I noticed you bring up UPMC after a close call injury. You want to let that player know that if they need recuperated, UPMC is where to go.
Yeah, thank you for making that not so subtle right on the stop for Cincinnati.
I don't know if you really got by anybody. Our listeners are intelligent people. I'm not even saying that was sarcasm either, because I'm sure some listeners are going to say, well, that's more the Mike Hosty sarcasm. No, I was being serious. Now, see, was that sarcastic? You never know.
You don't know at this point whether Mike's being serious or sarcastic, and I've stopped trying to figure it out.
It's fun, though. It's a fun game to play. People do. It's a time passer.
Pittsburgh leads this one 56-0, and 2:35 to play here in the second quarter. We might need one of those passing time games at this point.
Monopoly, pass the time.
Play action, Horton rolling out here to the near side. Going to take off and run with it. Got the 35-yard line and tight roping the sideline all the way down inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Does Lisa Horton scoot her way down? And now it's going to be fourth down and a lot more manageable after she picked up a lot of the lost yards in the last two plays prior to Horton running out of bounds down at the 27. They need the 20-yard line to move the sticks here.
I had a question for you, and it'd be funny coming in the broadcast if I asked this, but does Lisa Horton start the second half? 56-0. Boston's the next matchup. You're on the road. Does Lisa Horton start the second half? What does that do by even starting her? And if so, you got to have a quick rope, I would figure.
Timeout Pittsburgh, and that gives us a chance to thank more Pittsburgh Passion sponsors. Nepper Press, the official printer of the Pittsburgh Passion. By Aflac, we've got you under our wing. By Atlas Resource Partners LP, proud to be a part of the community where we work, live, and play. By Stewart Capital, we know what it takes to reach your goals. By Yinzers in the Berg, follow us on Twitter for discounts and more. By Pranovich Cement Contracting, improving curve appeal for generations. By Nine Round Pittsburgh Incorporated, 30-minute kickbox fitness. By Senor Frog's Restaurant and Tavern, come for food, stay for the fun. If we open, it is happy hour. I'm a fan of that. Senor Frog's. If we're open, it's happy hour. Hey. Every hour is happy at Senor Frog's.
I'll hold him to it. If I walk in there and it's not happy hour, then hey, I want my meal for free.
Gary Rizzo Construction Incorporated, wishing a victorious season to the Pittsburgh Passion and to number 68, Val Rizzo. Therapeutic Massage by Michelle, by Masati Photography, by Salon Ivy, by Vima, and by Yinzer Films. All proud sponsors of Pittsburgh Passion Football.
And I got an answer to my question. Lisa Horton no longer the quarterback.
And it's not the second half. She is. Yes, she is.
Okay. She was out one play earlier, so I thought maybe they switched it. But that is a valid thing to bring up, though, really. What do you get out of, I would say, Lisa Horton, 56-0. Are you going to lose this game realistically?
Yeah, I mean, it's... And
it doesn't affect what Cincinnati does. The defense is going to keep the shutout.
My only thing is I want to keep her fresh as far as getting her reps. She needs some reps. So
she does.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't start in the second half. No, I wouldn't. I mean, you've already seen... The kind of the starting backfield of the Passion has gone.
And if she does, her play is going to be just handing it off. Right. Handing it off. It's going to be Candace Snyder. It's going to be the workhorses. And if again she starts, the fourth quarter is almost a certainty she will not be starting.
Well, Teresa Kahn made it a point to start a lot of girls last week in a 31-0 game.
That's not 56-0 at halftime, though. That's not 56-0 at halftime, and that's kind of gearing up for the playoffs. That's sending a message.
Handed off to the right side. It bottled up right at the corner.
I think when you're Boston, you see this, and the message has been signed, sealed, and delivered already.
Rizika on the stop for Pittsburgh. Loss of one of the play. Second down at 11 coming up.
Although, really, what kind of message can you even send? When you're a team like Boston, you've already played the Passion, you've already beat the Passion, you're going to say 56-0, I don't care if it's 80-0. We're ready to go. I mean, they're not going to be intimidated by any score.
They have a bye week this week.
They're not going to be intimidated by any score. Maybe you get the fact that they're rusty. That's why a lot of teams in playoffs, when they come on the road, they're just really going off adrenaline, and they're able to get some upset wins. Maybe that'll be what the Passion can use as a benefit. The rust of Boston.
Second down at 11. They hand it off. Fullback give. Nothing doing on the carry. Hammond and Tina Rojas on the stop. I think Cincinnati's going to be content, or at least okay, with taking this and making that the final play.
Content's not the word anymore.
No, it's probably not. But either way, that is the end of the first half. And the Pittsburgh Passion, a commanding, dominating effort in the first 30 minutes of play. After 2 quarters, 1 half of play, it is your Pittsburgh Passion 56, the Cincinnati Sizzle nothing. Second half of play between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Welcome you back here on the Champ Sports Network. Back alongside Mike Osti and Matt Fargo.
Long halves and quick half times. Quick half times. There's not really even a...
I just looked at it, said 9 minutes, and then...
That's what I was walking around taking a breather. There's not even a preempted promotion we need to even do for the second half, though. 56-0, wide receivers in the end zone, running backs in the end zone. Candace Snyder now toting the rock. Lisa Horton touchdown passes, 3 for 8, 112 yards, 2 TDs. What more can you ask for? Don't be unreasonable, fans.
Cincinnati gets the football to begin this third quarter of play. Third quarter is brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, supporting the passion in every pass, run, and kick.
There's a lot of them here tonight.
There's been a lot, and touchdowns for that matter. Back to pass is Red. Steps up into the pocket, will let it fly, and it is nearly caught, incomplete, almost caught one-handed.
And threw with 2 corners on her back. And that actually, I believe, was the farthest pass actually thrown in this game. Actually pass that got off by Red and Cincinnati. Put well beyond the 40-yard line on the hash mark and in between double coverage. That would have been a great catch, incomplete though.
Would have been fantastic, but does fall harmlessly to the phony grass here at Hempfield. 13-12 to play here in the third quarter. 56-0. Pittsburgh on top. Champ Sports Network, our proud presentation of Pittsburgh Passion Football, both live on Champs and archived for your viewing pleasure on the Pittsburgh Passion Television Network. Rolling here to the right side, going to let it fly. Skipped it short of her intended receiver on the play, incomplete.
Incomplete on the curl route, too. The wide receiver beat the corner and just incomplete, didn't get it to her. That's just really on the quarterback that almost felt like maybe hearing the footsteps or whatever the reason to just be too quick to release the football, ends up with an incompletion on her own mistake.
Third down at 10 now coming up.
This is the most semblance of a drive I've seen from Cincinnati, though. Even without yards, they're actually getting the passes off and really should have a first down on that curl.
Man, this concession stand smells really good. It's going to bother me the rest of this game.
It does. I am hungry.
Handoff and trying to get her down from behind, able to do so for a loss of 1 yard on the tackle for Pittsburgh. That is Sonia Osselborn. Riverside High School graduate makes the stop.
You know, all the scoring in that first half, and I got to say, the top play of that half was stolen by right at halftime by the man dancing in the front row.
That was pretty good.
A bigger gentleman with a faith and attitude shirt, as he's representing all the letters of faith. Can't see the rest of them, what they spell out, but he really let his mojo swing with his groove and takes the honors of play of the half.
Osselborn dropped the ball, picks it back up and across the 35, trips up 40, 45, 50, got room, 40, another blocker, and the ball came out and rolled out of bounds harmlessly, as Pittsburgh will have great field position yet again to begin their first offensive possession of the second half, as Passion offense right out onto the field. And now your question shall be answered, Mr. Osti. Was the question, will Lisa Horton be leading the offense here in the second half?
And another spot here at beyond midfield into Cincinnati territory, with the exception of that first drive, which was one play, 73 yards for a touchdown, Horton Wadowski. The Passion have almost always been in Cincinnati territory to begin.
This is Candace Snyder lining up under center.
And we've seen this before, though. We've seen this before where she does take it under center.
Snyder gets the snap. Turns around, hands off. Off the right side. Picks up 2 yards on the first down carry.
The weirdest portion of a play like that, though, is yes, she can be a backup quarterback. She can fit that role. But she's who I want to actually carry the football when you want to take time off the clock. She's the clock-churning running back for this team that we saw kind of become the number one on the depth chart late in that second quarter due to the score being out of hand. As Chick now goes to the back burner.
PA announcer, me, I have no idea.
And you guys asked each other, too. I saw the nonverbal cues. The finger, the waving. You might as well do some jumping jacks here in the press box for him.
Sweep left side. Got some room, 30. Down to the 25-yard line. For Sarah Niedermeyer.
Is that a hornet I hear of Vuvuzela? Haven't heard those.
I think it might be a Vuvuzela.
Okay, those are usually reserved for soccer, but we'll take them here at the Pittsburgh Passion, and that's also a throwback to about 3 years ago at a international tournament, so I have not heard those in a while.
Well, the USA WFA All-American team was announced, and there is quite the Passion contingent represented, Passion well represented on the teams. Give you those names here in a moment. Handoff left side. Osborne again the carry. Picks up the 20-yard line, and third down coming up here for Pittsburgh. On the first team, Lisa Horton. Shocker. Amanda Haig. Rachel Wadowski. Amy Fallon. Candace Snyder.
Just look at the box score of this game, and they're an all-star.
And Sharon Vasquez. That's team one. Team number 2, Tia Montgomery.
That's who I was going to guess. I almost said it. I almost did.
Number 98, Kim Zubovic, one of the captains. And number 64, Shelby Horick, who also is a captain. Second down for Pittsburgh. And they give it on a misdirection play, trying to get out to the far side.
And not only getting representation on offense, but also on defense with Tia Montgomery.
And Sharon Vasquez.
Yeah, getting some representation from the, defense wins you championships. You can put how many points on the board to beat teams like Boston, who they will see in round 2. You need a stellar defense. The Passion have it, and I'm glad to see they're getting recognized for it.
On the carry on the last run there was for Pittsburgh, Tammy Spencer, Point Park University graduate. Passion faithful enjoying this one, a 56-0 lead. Passion a touchdown away on third down and 1 here from tying their most points in a playoff game in franchise history. They pick up the first down as Niedermeyer carries the football across for the sticks to move. Down to 7 minutes to play here in the third. 56-0 Pittsburgh.
This is the longest I've actually experienced time through a quarter without points on the board, it seems. I'm confused. No one scored yet in the half.
First down at 10 for Pittsburgh.
They want to make me shut up and get more points right now.
Snyder, twins here to the near side. Barks out the signals and now hands off the left side, carrying forward and inside the 5-yard line. Niedermeyer down to the 2. Pittsburgh moves the sticks, and it's first down and goal from the 2-yard line. And Pittsburgh very close to tying that mark, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to go down as and I'll even say it now, not perhaps, it's going to go down as their best playoff performance ever. You go to that Erie game, over 60 points, but to have it be a shutout so far, to have 56 and looking at over 60 here just the beginning of the second half, and to have had 42 in a quarter, doing it on the ground, special teams, defensive, quarterback, running back, wide receivers.
Handoff is slung down for loss of one of the play, as that was Niedermeyer that was brought down short of the goal line for a loss. Second down and goal from the 3 now.
And normally, too, after a game like this, maybe when you're going to see a rival, coach might be a bit worried about checking an ego of players like this, and after a performance like this, there's no issue with that, though. This Passion team has lost in the playoffs. They've won in the playoffs. They've done everything together. They know every game is different and individual, and they're not going to be overly confident when you take on teams like Boston, like D.C., that you'll have to beat in order to win that championship.
Twins here to the near side left. And a keeper from Candace Snyder bowling her way into the end zone for the Pittsburgh touchdown. 12 from 3, 4-6. Candace Snyder punches her way in.
Tuck and rumble. She ends up crouching down, throws a little bit of an elbow, and muscles her way into the end zone, 62-0. Before even the PAD, we're already having the most points scored here by the Passion playoff game. We even have a mix of genre of music. Do you hear this?
The music here is awesome.
You get hip hop, you get rock. We're getting a Deluxe Apartment in the Sky. I mean, you never would expect some of the songs. Not going to complain, though.
Extra point is up and good, and there it is. 63-0 with 4 minutes to play in quarter number 3. The Passion tie the mark for most points in a postseason game. In franchise history, it was a long time ago when they did make that mark.
2007, not too long ago.
Not last year either.
Not last year, no, but 2007. I mean, I remember the year. It's a good year.
Passion aren't the only ones who benefit from the expertise and treatment of UPMC Sports Medicine. UPMC's physicians, athletic trainers, and physical therapists work with people of all levels of competition so you can stay healthy and active or take your game to new heights. The Pittsburgh Passion put their trust in UPMC Sports Medicine, and so can you. Call for more information at 855-93-SPORT or visit them online at upmcsportsmedicine.com. Kickoff fielded across the 25 up to the 30. And past the 30 to the 36-yard line, Cincinnati back out on offense, searching for something and really haven't found anything. They've tried the air game, Mike. They've tried to run it up the middle, and really I think that might be where they need to go back to because it's really the only thing that they've been semi-successful at.
That's what they need to go back to, and I tried to help them. I said it back in the first quarter. They were gaining yards on the ground. Their pass plays, been an interception, been an incompletion, been a turnover. Their pass plays have not worked out. They're not a pass-first team anyway. That's not their game. Now, the last drive, they got some passes off. Ray would actually get a 30-yard pass off, but still incomplete. And they didn't get a first down because it was just underthrown. That's on the quarterback. That's on the passing. This is a run-first team run. Try to move the ball and try to practice for yourself and your own pride. You're a playoff team. Show me why.
Timeout called by Cincinnati with 2:07 to play in the third quarter. Gives us an opportunity to remind you that Pittsburgh Passion Football is brought to you by the Army ROTC. The Three Rivers Battalion ROTC program proudly supports the Pittsburgh Passion for scholarship opportunities, or for more information about the program, please contact them at rotc.pitt.edu. That's rotc.pitt.edu, or find them on Facebook under the Three Rivers Battalion. Search Three Rivers Battalion, proud sponsors of the Pittsburgh Passion, as well as the Pennsylvania National Guard. We are students, professionals, experts, teammates, leaders, warriors, heroes, but first, we are soldiers. By European Wax Center, the ultimate wax experience. By Super Donut, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. and by Wish 99.7. Today's best music, Pittsburgh Soft Rock.
At the half, Columbus 22, the New York Sharks, nothing.
Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Handoff here off the right side.
Score around the league there. Columbus up on New York 22-0.
Getting ahead of me, are you? And Valerie Riley on the stop for Pittsburgh.
Can't wait forever. Can't wait forever.
Second down coming up here. 22-0 Columbus over New York currently. And Cleveland leads the West Michigan Mayhem 7-6 at the break as well. And Tampa Bay trails Atlanta 14-13 currently.
14, Tampa Bay 13. Arena football at the half.
And arena football, because we can. Philadelphia sold the Pittsburgh Power 28-0. That was my other option tonight. So glad I'm here.
Well, at least there's playoff football in the spring and summer from somebody for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Passion have to carry that load for a while.
They do. They're holding up their end of the bargain.
On the Champ Sport Network. You can watch and listen to the game anytime by logging on to www.wearechamps.net. The Champ Sports Network is the exclusive home of the Pittsburgh Passion. Join your hosts, Matt Fargo and Mike Oste. Special thanks to Jeff Flake. Also, we'd like to recognize the Pittsburgh Passion.
Slid in his own plug there. Did you catch that?
I did.
Special thanks to John Rubino as well, by the way.
Yeah, Jeff leaving out John. Man, if you're going to put the producer in, you got to have the camera guy.
All right. And
that's just selfish.
John's a mastermind behind the television side of these productions.
Oh, I'm saying his name should be recognized.
Right.
Others were not agreeing, apparently.
Jeff was leaving him out there.
Get him right up on the website. For this game, have under there John Rubino.
That's the end of 3. And Pittsburgh leads it 63-0 after 3 chapters of this one. Come back for the fourth and final chapter of this WFA Round 1 playoff contest. Pittsburgh's moving on. They lead it 63-0. Welcome back here to Spartan Stadium, Hempfield High School. Begin the fourth quarter here with that pass falling incomplete. Thrown to the near sideline, could not find intended receiver on the play for Cincinnati. That was Thomas. Goes incomplete, and that last play there of the third quarter, Mike, was Cincinnati's second first down of this game.
Second. I can't even remember the first one.
I don't.
I could dispute it if I wanted. The second first down of the game. There should have been some other ones.
Yes, you will remember. I guarantee you will remember. This is how good I am at making you remember things.
But I wasn't actually really disagreeing. I just don't remember.
I know, but I'm going to make you remember. Are you ready? You're going to know exactly when.
Okay.
It was the first play from scrimmage. It was an 11-yard run.
Yeah, I don't even remember that actually being 11 yards for. I remember that being a long run, though.
Right.
I do remember it being a long run. Because that's why they should have kept running.
Handoff there goes up to the 49-yard line. Host of tacklers in black and gold.
And when you're catching up, of course you're more prevalent to pass. But I don't know how genius it is when you have 2 passes in that first quarter, 1 intercepted, 1 incomplete by a landslide. You have an 11-yard run on 3 plays, and then I don't see another run for 2 more quarters. I'm not an offensive coordinator. I 1 for 1 on plays today during the broadcast, but maybe I could get the job for Cincinnati.
Third down from the 49. Handoff fullback. Met abruptly by one of the linebackers at outside linebacker position for Pittsburgh. Megan Marshall from Duquesne University makes the stop. And it will be 4th down for Cincinnati. And this fourth quarter is brought to you by IC Light from the Pittsburgh Brewing Company. Drink black and gold.
First play for Cincinnati.
And Mike, coming up, This play right here is the first play for Cincinnati on the Pittsburgh side of the 50-yard.
I do believe that.
You don't remember them not being there. Okay. Head off to the left side and is brought down short of the markers, so turnover on downs. Pittsburgh takes over. Stevens, the ball carrier.
It's almost cruel. They get there and they're dangling the carrot and then, nope, get off the field.
I mean, this is probably the most dominant effort from the Pittsburgh defense that I've seen in all my years of watching.
Even last week in the regular season with a shutout. It's hard to say.
But this is way more dominating. They had to have a goal line stand last week. They haven't allowed Cincinnati on the 50-yard line until that last play, and it ended up being a turnover on downs. They haven't allowed them inside the 40, at this point.
Although the Passion do have shutout performances against offenses that were previously going into those games scoring 20-plus points. The Cincinnati team is not a poor offense.
No, 27.
But I did see a couple plays that they kind of gave up on. I mean, there's nothing to say against it. This Passion defensive unit here really showed up, and it's going to need to show up the rest of the playoffs, and they are one of the best defenses in the league, and now they're going to be able to actually get known as that based on games like this in the postseason, in crunch time. This is something that this defense can lure and recruit and really show themselves as a stamp of this organization for the future with games like this in the playoffs.
Passion are looking for their 5th shutout of the year here. Sweep left side. Nicely done and tracked down by Cincinnati.
And even people who've got on them before with those 2 losses in games, maybe they should have won, and yes, they're losses to teams that they are rivals or they want to get revenge on, or they're kind of crucial games in the division, but they lost to 2 really, really good teams, otherwise winning every other game, mostly winning with a shutout. This Passion team, it's not been a disappointing year by any means. It's been just a normal year, another year that's in the playoffs, another year that they feel like they can win it all.
And you know what? You talked about the games earlier this year. Passion lost to D.C. in the opener. They went to D.C. and beat them.
Yeah.
And, I think, Pittsburgh lost to Boston at home. Can they do it again? Can they be this road warrior team that they really needed to get that win in D.C. a couple weeks ago? They did. They went there and got it done. Can they do this again? And I mean, I really
need to go in after games like this.
I think the biggest hurdle in the postseason is going to be next week for Pittsburgh. If they could win next week,
absolutely,
if they do,
definitely, yeah.
they're in a great chance to end up in California.
Yeah, that's why, the way things are lining up, that game against Boston in Boston's really a de facto championship in the heads for these Pittsburgh Passion, because they feel they can beat anybody else. Boston's been their bugaboo, but they were right with them. That's a game they feel they really should have won. I'm sure they're still saying, I can't believe we didn't win that game. There's a couple turnovers. One drive they didn't score on because that was kind of back and forth.
Be 4th down for Pittsburgh, and they will go back to punt. Snyder to punt the football away. Punt fielded, dropped, picked back up, and down at the 26 or 25-yard line. Nicely done and nicely covered by the Pittsburgh special teams unit.
And one thing to mention, too, with the Passion in that game against Boston previously and what we're going to have come in the playoffs, Boston won those teams just like Pittsburgh, championship or bust. Just like Pittsburgh, it's all hands on deck for this year. They got new cast of players in there. They kind of got an all-star team. They're the Miami Heat of the WFA. So to beat them and to even be right with them is already impressive in and of itself.
Well, I think what a lot of people don't know is Boston was kind of picked to be the champion last year, ended up having a brawl. Players got nixed from the game that they played Chicago. Chicago ends up winning the game. San Diego ends up winning the championship, but which is, God, they have to be frustrated. Couldn't they done that this year?
Yeah, it's all timing. It's all timing. Well, we talked about that with Coach at the end of one of the games on the sideline. She was saying that this should be almost a dynasty by Boston. They should already be the defending champions. We're gonna say they basically are the champs. That's why we know who they are. We're not gonna underestimate Boston. I don't care if we score 100 points in this game. Boston's a championship caliber squad.
The Passion are right there with them in an opportunity to dethrone them next week. But you're talking about the performance next week, and the performance this week is still precedent, and unbelievable effort by this Passion team that they've been able to perform here. Down to 7:35 at 63-0. Pittsburgh leading it.
And you get a game like this, some publicity, get him out there in the media, get him in the newspapers, get him on the radio and TV like we're doing, and people see this score, and hey, it'll even bring more fans out there.
Well, as Teresa Kahn told me in a conversation earlier this week, she was excited to come out to the greater Greensburg area because of U.S. Foods, one of their biggest sponsors, is based out of here, out of this area. So she was excited that the folks from U.S. Foods have been able to make it out to tonight's game and then root on the Passion and get a chance to kind of see them a little bit closer to home.
And with where the practice facilities are and where they've been playing last few years, the east side and this far east, it doesn't get to see the Passion as often. So now this gives them a taste of the Pittsburgh Passion in the playoffs.
And I have been remiss not to mention the facilities here at Hempfield. Class Quad A facilities here, home of the Hempfield Spartans. And a lot of stuff got damaged not long ago with the tornado that ripped through here last spring, summertime. But facility looks great, and I know of only 2 stadiums in the WPIAL in the high school classifications that have jumbotrons, and this would be one of them.
Yeah, and definitely one of the nicer stadiums, too. I mean, in terms of having full tiers, many levels, having not the shotgun where you get in high school where there's actually separate rooms, a comfortable setting for the press. I right now feel like I'm at home.
And two-sided. I'm not a fan of the one-sided stadiums.
Two-sided, yes. That's almost unbelievable and very rare.
Running out of bounds on first down at 10 was Red. Chased out of bounds. It will be second down.
Especially Quad A. Quad A should always be 2 sides.
Yeah. There's so many Quad A stadiums that are not like that.
No, I know. And now one of those, I won't mention, but one of those Quad A stadiums that does have the siding, they have some food. So I'm a fan of the food they have. They serve me food, I'll get over other things.
Second down and 9 coming up here for Cincinnati. I would say it's unlikely for us to make the trip to Boston next week, but I would really like us to. I'd like to, I don't know, maybe we'll put a poll up, Passion Faithful, if they can vote if they think this pass is going to be picked off. Intercepted on the play, and then taking it out of bounds.
That's somebody.
Intercepted by Autumn Kramer, the young lady who they tried to get a touchdown pass to early in this game. She didn't get it.
No.
She gets an interception. She gets in the stat column a different way.
They're all getting involved. Everyone's on the stat column in some way, but that's somebody who wants to have some New England clam chowder in Boston, Massachusetts. I don't know, have you ever been there?
I have not.
You've never been to Boston? I've been to Boston. I've been to Boston a summer or 2 ago during the collapse from another franchise. I was a part of it. And Boston's, good people. It's an older city, but even though while it's being an older city, there's so many lanes. It's connecting suburbs and the downtown. It's a crazy notion here in Pittsburgh. Crazy.
Who would have ever thought that could be an idea? Wait, so they have a bunch of lanes going from the suburbs into the city.
Yeah, there's more than 2. You can fluctuate. There's 4 lanes on both sides of the road. You're cruising. You're cruising at 2 in the morning.
Not a lot of traffic.
No. Well, there's traffic. There shouldn't be traffic because of all the lanes. There's cars. Same amount of cars, just more lanes. And that's a championship city. So it's going to be a prime stage for a game of this magnitude.
And I kind of wanted to walk over and check out Fenway, possibly. I don't know. I kind of want to do that.
I've been to Fenway. That's historic. Got to go to Walkie Way.
Handoff off the right side. That is
Karawa.
Karawa, who's got quite a few carries this evening.
If the Bruins could, stick with it, maybe get a Stanley Cup Finals game.
Hopefully not.
Doesn't seem likely, but since that would be at the end of the week anyway, that would be basically hitting Game 6.
Oh yeah, I would go. I would be rooting for Chicago, but
Marion Hossa, man, second ring. I'm in the fan club, so I am a charter member of the Marion Hossa fan club. If you'd like to join, we are open our doors.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
Third down. Well, misdirection play and nicely sniffed out by Cincinnati.
Number 87, Autumn Dillman.
Dillman, the ball carrier.
Tackled for a loss by number 33, Kendra Spencer.
Spencer, the tackle, and make it down to the 2 minutes mark here of the final quarter of play. 63-0, Pittsburgh leads Cincinnati.
Hey, Matt, we were able to beat us our way through the fourth quarter there, 63-0.
It's a great talent to have.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. That's what I do for you. I bring something to the table. You can never say I don't bring anything to the table. I always bring something.
You bring yourself. That's pretty much about it.
It's unique.
Won't bring a dish, though. Never bring a dish.
41, Erica Carrara. Tackled by number 51.
Karawa, the ball carrier. Now that will make a turnover on downs. And the switching of units takes place, and clock winds down to a minute 15. Pittsburgh is moving on to the WFA second round. Boston on next Saturday. Excited for it.
And anybody who thinks this second half's gone much faster than that first half, the clock manager kind of
managed that
clock. Yes,
yeah.
He did his job as we had a moving clock.
He might be the player of the second half here.
Somebody has to be it.
So speaking along those lines, want to take a look at UPMC Sports Medicine player of the game. You can do offense, defense.
You could go 3 or 4 different players. Wadowski, 73-yard touchdown catch. We've seen an interception. Lisa Horton,
that was hers.
I know. We've seen an interception from her, yes. Lisa Horton, a couple touchdown passes over 100 yards just in the first half. Only on 8 passes, too, long and short. And bringing in a wildcat formation while you're using the West Coast offense and you're doing the pistol formation. So intelligent quarterbacking while successful. And then the defense, a shutout back-to-back shutouts, 5th shutout overall. Doing it in just devastating, pounding, shellacking fashion. T. Montgomery, some tackles. You go all across the board.
So you're not going to give me an answer, is what you're saying?
I'm going to go Wadowski.
I like that pick.
I mean, really, you're basically picking the player of the first half, though, because the second half's been all clock moving. There was only the one touchdown.
Okay, so how about this? I'm going to go the entire Passion defense. 5th shutout. You shut out a team in the postseason. You don't allow them across the 50-yard line until the fourth quarter.
It's valid to do that, although I've done that on broadcast with you and other people on chance to be criticized. So
I'm doing it because I can.
I've been attacked. Well, I can too.
Final score here tonight: the Pittsburgh Passion defeat the Cincinnati Sizzle by the final score of 63-0. The Passion move on to play the Boston Militia in a rematch of a game earlier this season in Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh's going to return the favor and make the trip up to Boston to play the Militia for a shot at advancing in the WFA postseason. But, Mike, for now, the quest to Cali continues.
It does. Pittsburgh Passion did their business, 63-0. The best performance in a playoff game in the Pittsburgh Passion's franchise history. And this is not a slop franchise. That is absolutely saying something. Lisa Horton and company will be ready for Boston. They want that revenge. They want that second crack at the championship-like Boston Militia championship atmosphere, and a game that'll be really monumental as the Passion continue their quest for championship. They want to go back to Cali. Notorious B.I.G. tried. It didn't really go as well for him. Hopefully the Passion get out there better and get some rings in their fingers. They felt like they should have won a year ago, and they get the revenge from last season, from earlier this season. And you know what? To be the best, you got to beat the best. So they got Boston. Go ahead and get it done.
Should be very interesting. Of course, stay with PittsburghPassion.com. We are Champs.net. Champs Sports Network on Twitter at ChampsSportsNet. The Pittsburgh Passion on Twitter at PGH Passion FB to get all your information on the WFA playoffs, and the best of luck if this is the last time we talk to you. Best of luck to the Passion, not only next week, but also the players representing the Passion in the All-America game in California. Hopefully we get a chance that they should invite us back to call that.
If we don't go to Boston, we'll take the consolation prize of California.
I would be fine with that. Would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, California.
Well, that's going to wrap up our broadcast coverage of Pittsburgh Passion football. It's been a great season, and it will continue to be so as Pittsburgh heads to Boston next week. But for now, our final score in this one, WFA's playoff round 1, the Passion taking care of business as they defeat the Sizzles of Cincinnati 63-0. For Mike Oste, Jeff Wink, John Rubino, and our entire Champ Sports Network crew, I'm Matt Fargo saying thanks so much for watching and listening to this presentation of Pittsburgh Passion Football on the Champ Sports Network, where champions are heard.